Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin, and today I want to talk about employment references. If you've had somebody employed and they're leaving your business, or they may have already left, and they approach you and said, "Can you write me a reference?" Then the answer is yes, write them a reference. But it's the details in the reference are really, really important, because whatever you write in that reference, you are vouching for their abilities. And if you write anything in there that is not true, and the person who employs them bases their employment solely on what you've written down there, you could get bitten on the butt at some stage. So you want to be really careful what you write. So as an alternative, this is what I used to do. Instead of writing a reference like I used to do years ago, what I ended up doing is just writing like an employment certificate to say that that was proof that they worked at my business. It had what their job title was. It would say when they started, it had their completion date, and underneath that, it'd say, if you require any further information, please contact me. And it'd have my direct number there, because I wanted them to talk to me. I didn't want them to ring the clinic and just verify anything. Now, when they called me, they would actually, sometimes they say, "So tell me more details about them." And I wouldn't get into that conversation. What I would do is say, "All I want you to do is ask me one question." And they'd say, "Well, what's the question?" Okay, ask me, if I had a position going tomorrow and they reapplied, would I employ them again? And they go, "Well, would you?" And I said, "Well, you need to ask me the question." And they go, "Okay." So they go through, "Tyson, would you reemploy this person if you had a job going?" And I would either say yes or no. And if I said yes, usually I'd give a bit more information about why I would. Because usually if I'm going to say yes, it means there was something great about them and I would employ them back. If my answer was no, I wouldn't employ them back. If they said, "Well, why?" I go, I'm not going to go into any details. I'm just telling you, if I had a job going tomorrow, even if I was desperate, I wouldn't employ them back. The answer would be no. I will leave it to you to decide what you do with that information, because I'm not going to help somebody get another job somewhere else if I don't feel that they did a great job with me. That was just my opinion. So if you want a copy of the employment reference that I used to use, send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com, and I will email it to you straight away. It's just a Word document. You put your logo, you can do whatever you want with it. Final thing I just want to mention, though, is also you need to make your team very, very aware that they are not to write references for other people in your business unless you have given them permission to do so. This is a conversation I had with someone recently where a receptionist secretly left without them knowing. It was very sudden. And then they found out afterwards that another podiatrist in their team wrote a reference for the receptionist who left, and they have no idea what they wrote in there. They may have even put it on the business letterhead, which I think is a misrepresentation. So just be aware, make sure your team doesn't write a reference for each other unless you give permission to do so. And if they do it without you knowing, you make sure they do not put it on your letterhead. If they want to do it on a blank sheet of paper and make no reference that they were in a managerial role in any way or supervise them, then that's fine. That's up to them. So the main thing is you want to cover your bum at all times. Hope you get something from that. And remember, if you want a copy of my employment reference that I would send to people who work for me, send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com, and I will talk again later. Bye.